driveway backwards. So to go around this oval 3 times at high speed would kind of freak me out. Especially look at that drone. I wonder how that's going to affect the race.
I'm telling you, race fans, we need your help. Let's count from 5 down to 0 to crank up the race. Are you ready? Race fans, are you ready? All right, I think they're ready, Eric. Let's count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag. The reverse race is underway here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. They're running over some barrels now. The 72 car, looks like that's Andrew Anderson taking command of the lead. They race down in turns 1 and 2. Andrew has a barrel underneath his race car, and he is still leading this event. Adam, off of turn 2.
Yeah, the 72 got off to a quick start. He's sideways off the corner. How do you save a car that's loose with the back end in the front? He's looking at trying to save the lead. He can't quite save it. Now the 24 is out front. Here comes car 88, Greg Mattingly, around the top side of the racetrack. And Brian, we've got a mess down the backstretch, it looks like.
We do. We've got was the leader now that's in last place. Meanwhile, they're battling side by side. Eric, we've got a new race leader. This is going to be car number 88. Greg Mattingly is in command of this event as the 24 of Sean James runs over a barrel, loses some steam here at lap 1. There's the 20 car getting into the barrel there. That is Michael Sprouse. And Eric, they're just, we got a car on the wall here.
Yeah, 41, he looks more like Richard Petty than Richard Ellis to me.
I'm telling you, Richard Ellis right now running in position number 2. Meanwhile, the 72, Andrew Anderson, said, hey, I have had enough. Well, no, he's coming back out. He thought about it, gets back in the reverse order as we've got lap number 2 in the action area now. This is car 88, Greg Mattingly as your race leader. But here comes Richard Ellis, Adam. He's coming with a full head of steam in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like the 24 of Sean James is stuck in turns 1 and 2, but Richard Ellis got off to a fast start as well. I believe he got caught up in the incident, so lost a ton of time, but he has been flying around this racetrack. Right now, Greg Mattingly is in turns 3 and 4, car 88, rim riding around the speedway. Brian, he's looking for the checkered flag.
Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. The checkered flag is in the air, and we've got a winner. Greg Mattingly gets it done. Richard Ellis in a very close second place here at the line, but Greg Mattingly gets the win of our very first event in car number 88. As we saw the 24 race car, Sean James had some problems. He sits right now in turn number 2, right by the Portsmouth Army-Navy billboard.
You think number 24 was trying to combine this with the burnout contest?
He may have been. That's a very good point. As that car has come to a stop now, he's rolling in the correct order here as he works by the Smiley's Heating and Cooling billboard there in turns 1 and 2. But our very first event is in the books. Greg Mattingly picks up the win. The early race leader had some problems there. The car actually got around on the back straightaway. But the winner is Greg Mattingly, that red 88 car under the Yesco billboard. He sits there in the middle of the backstretch. But looking to see if he can come around, and we'll get a chance to talk with Greg Mattingly as he'll get the big trophy for winning the very first event for the Virginia Peninsula Community College Day of Destruction. If you're tuning in to Facebook Live or on YouTube, go ahead and switch over to Flow Racing as live coverage will continue all afternoon. We've still got 8 more events. We are just cranking things up here in Hampton, Virginia for our Day of Destruction. And it is a very, very fun event here as we only do this twice a year in the spring and in the fall. Don't forget, race fans, coming up next weekend, it's the Bayside Bash 3. Next Saturday, 5 p.m. There'll be some drifting. We'll have cars drifting all over the racetrack. We'll also have a car show. That is next Saturday. The Bayside Bash 3 beginning at 5 o'clock here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. In 2 weeks' time, we've got the Sean Beluzzo 200, or Sean Beluzzo 100 coming up on Halloween weekend. Let's go trackside and get the thoughts of today's race winner, Greg Mattingly.
Greg's going to collect his thoughts after a wild race, get the safety gear off, and climb out a winner here on Day of Destruction. Let's hear it for driver 88. Climbs on top of the car, celebrates race win number 1 of 9 here tonight. Boy, he had to earn that one, man. It was pedaled down from the start. How did you do that, buddy? You're normally supposed to drive And going forward, you did it going backwards. Did you train for it? Did you have any practice for it?
No, just take it easy. Just on this wet stuff, you just got to take your time and not get the front sideways and just hit the gas and go.
Anybody you want to thank on this car?
I want to thank all my help I got today, John, Rob, everybody, we drove 2.5 hours to get here from Southern Maryland. I come here every year.
Thank you for being here, sir. You put on a heck of a show. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to thank all the fans for coming out today on a beautiful day.
All right, that's Greg Mattingly, Brian, race winner, number 1 of 9.
That's right, Greg Mattingly. You just heard he's come from quite a distance from Maryland. Thank you, Greg, for being here, and congratulations for picking up the win. He's $300 richer for doing so here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. All right, so Eric, race 1 is done. We've got 8 more to go. What'd you think of that?
Well, I think Greg Mattingly, when he stood up on his car, he reminded me a little bit of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I thought he was going to bash a couple beers up there, too.
Congratulations to Greg Mattingly for winning our very first event here today at the Virginia Peninsula Community College Day of Destruction. And we had a blood pressure screening here from the Virginia Peninsula Community College earlier today, and just lots of folks from the college are here.
Yeah, that's right. We're trying to make a very good representation of all the different programs that we have available at the college, and just give you guys a real good taste of, rather than expect you guys to come to us every time, we're out here out on the racetrack to show you off some of what we've got available, the programs, the various kinds of transfer degrees we have, the certificates that we have, we've got CAD, we've got all kinds of things that are directly related to racing, especially our automotive program, which is just top notch. We have a beautiful garage at our Hampton campus where it's completely hands-on, one-on-one attention from our great faculty. And I love everyone who's interested in taking some classes at VPCC to head out to the exit area. We've got people on hand who are ready to, just give you some more information and answer any kind of questions you might have. Mary, Kanani, and Corey are out there right now, and please say something nice about Corey's hat. It is a new hat, so it's something. But yes, we'd love it if you could stop by if you're interested, and we're far more affordable than many of our other competitors out there, and we'd love to explain how you can get in the VPCC Gator family.
And if folks are tuning in at home on Flow Racing, or maybe they're watching on YouTube or Facebook Live, which, by the way, that's going to be coming to a close here very, very soon. The rest of today's action will be on Flow Racing. If they're watching, where can they find out more information on the web?
Yes, sir. For more information, check out our website at www.vpcc.edu.
Virginia Peninsula Community College sponsoring today's Day of Destruction. And race 1, Adam, is in the books. We're getting set for the next one. This is the flagpole race. Take us through what you think is going to be part of the fun in this next event.
Well, that's just it. We're not sure what's going to be fun. We do know how the event is going to go, though. You can see our team, Sparky Weston Company, they're laying down the soap and water. The flagpoles are located at each end of the racetrack, one at the start-finish line, one halfway down the backstretch. It's a 5-lap race. Drivers are going to take the green flag, go around the flagpole, go to the backstretch, do the same thing, go 360 degrees around the tire, then come back around, complete 1 lap. Once they go around the tire again, so that's 1 lap, you got to go around each tire twice, or I should say each tire once. 2 tire passes for 1 lap. We're going to do that 5 times, and the driver comes off turn number 4, does a lap around the tire, then crosses the start-finish line. That'll be winner for race number 2, again, the flagpole race. And looks like we've got a couple of the same cars from race number 1 coming back out, and some newcomers to the game here for race number 2.
And the significance, if you are competing today, and if you do at least 5 races plus the Enduro race coming up at the end, and if you happen to win the Enduro race, that's an extra $500 bonus. So you'll see multiple drivers coming out to do multiple events. In the flagpole race, guess who's back? Greg Mattingly, the winner of the very first race. He's back in car number 88. So is Richard Ellis in car number 41. Michael Sprouse is back in car number 20. We've got Brandon Pearl in the 38 DD. John Haley is in car number 88. Robert Cochran is in the 10 car, while Sean Jerks drives the 24 race car. And we've got Nicholas in car number 31 coming out to compete in our flagpole race. You heard Adam talk about how they'll get it done here today for this event as they prepare to go racing. And I think the challenge, Eric, is the racetrack really narrows up. It's a wide course here on the front stretch and the turns and the back stretch, but they got to go around that flagpole.
Yeah, and there's a lot of soap out there now too. It's unbelievable. It's almost like trying to drive on black ice in the winter. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be something to see, something to tell your grandkids about.
Absolutely. They're going to be skating here on the racetrack. It is, Adam, completely soaked down there. I mean, normally we would, of course, at the NASCAR Cup Series event, the jet dryers, the Air Titans would be out. We'd be out drying the racetrack as well. Not the case here today. This track is very slippery.
Yeah, NASCAR wanted to send some jet dryers out here. We said, no, please keep them away. We don't need them this weekend, but you're absolutely right. And our friends over at the cleaning crew with Crystal and Sparky, they were making sure the tire was extra soapy on both ends of the speedway, so extra soap and water applied right here to the front straightaway. Cars lined up 2x2 here in the restart zone, and it's going to be another exciting race. 5 laps, again, is the total. Drivers have to go around the tire on both ends, and we'll crown a winner. But you mentioned it, guys. It's going to be chaotic here in the fast lane up against the wall. That's going to be an area to keep an eye on. But, of course, in these events, you need about 4 sets of eyes to watch because it's so chaotic, and I tell you, this is going to be no different. But it looks like we're ready to go with drivers at the ready. Cars are buttoned up, and we're ready to send it for race number 2.
We are. It's going to be a very tricky situation as they all barrel down to this flag here on the front stretch just prior to the start-finish line. They have to go around it one time. So you're going to have the leaders getting in there, Eric, completely sideways, while the rest of the cars are coming together. It's going to be like you're at the county fair, right? You're in there in the boxing ring, so to speak. You're at the bumper cars as well. So we're going to be seeing cars getting together and spinning around the racetrack. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think anybody's safe in this event.
Yeah, well, it also reminds me of the county fair when you got the greased pig race. And those things are just as unpredictable as these cars would probably be.
Absolutely. Race fans, let's count them down for race number 2 to get things underway. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag, Adam Wellbrock, we're underway.
And it's race 1 winner Greg Mattingly out in front. This is where it gets tight. Hold on to your hats. Drivers all the way around the flagpole, clean for the time being as a spinner. That's Sean James in the Camel machine. Greg Mattingly has to jump out in front. Here comes Richard Ellis for second.
Nicholas gets a little squirrely there. He and the 20 race car get together. That's Michael Sprouse. As we see now the 24 getting it done. That's Sean Jerks as he continues on. But Greg Mattingly in the catbird seat as they go down the backstretch. Remember, they got to go around that flagpole, and they have to do a complete circle. As you see Greg Mattingly, I mean, he is really doing a good job getting around the racetrack.
He sure is. It's like he's done this before. We need a little investigation. Oh, he's getting passed on the inside.
Here comes Richard Ellis diving down at the bottom of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4 side by side. And we've got a new race leader. Richard Ellis takes over the top spot. He goes very wide, Adam, here on the front stretch.
Yeah, he really got in there hot, Brian. Had to lock up the front tires as the 38 gets stuck. Here comes Sean James into the pit road wall. He gets head-on contact. The battle for the lead is in turns 1 and 2. Greg and Richard going at it.
Sean James making contact with the inside retaining wall. Meanwhile, here comes Richard Ellis. He had the lead briefly. He'll take it back there as he and Greg Mattingly get together. They're knotted up right under the moose billboard. Meanwhile, the 38DD is sending it in there. That's Brandon Pearl. As right now, Richard Ellis has part of the bumper here, Eric, coming off the race car.
Yeah, he might have to see Mako after this race is over.
So Richard Ellis beginning to stretch out the lead just a little bit, Adam, as he gets squirrely here in the front stretch.
Got in there hot again, but not as hot as last time, as that rear bumper is hanging on for dear life. Makes the move around the tire and starts to extend the lead now on car 88. Greg Mattingly's got some work to do as we got chaos here on the front stretch. Drivers trying to navigate their way through the soap and water.
5 cars making the circle here almost at the same time. Somehow, they all continue on unscathed. Meanwhile, the 24 car has stopped there on the backstretch. That's Sean James. That car has come to a rest, and that's going to create a little calamity for the rest of the cars. As you see the 38DD, that's Brandon Pearl, try to get around it now. As here comes Richard Ellis. He is your race leader. We're working lap number 3. So normally, Adam, we would post the 41 car, meaning race control would say put that car in the pits and pull that bumper off. We don't do that today.
That's right, buddy. There's no black flag here on Day of Destruction. Whatever you got, whatever's left of the car, you must race it. That is certainly the case today as we've working. You mentioned working lap number 4 now as drivers get on the brakes here on the front straightaway. They're slamming into each other around this tire. Everybody navigates it cleanly, though. Yeah, you're right. That 41 car, all good here. Inspection, not really an issue here on the Day of Destruction.
We're watching the flagpole race here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway for the Virginia Peninsula Community College Day of Destruction. And Richard Ellis is the race leader. Here he comes. White flag is in the air one more time around. But here comes Greg Mattingly. He's going to send it into the flagpole as well. But Richard has made the turn. And I tell you, Eric, he's run a strong race here today.
Yeah, he sure is. I just keep wondering if that bumper comes off, will he be able to go a little bit faster?
That's right. He might pick up some speed as here come the rest of the cars around the flagpole here on the front stretch. Remember, they've got to make one complete loop around. There's the 31 car getting around the flagpole. That is Nicholas as he drives on here as the white flag has been unfurled. We are less than a half a lap away from crowning Richard Ellis as the winner. If he can hold on, here he comes through turns 3 and 4. And Adam, he's got to make the loop around the flagpole before he can win this race.
That's right. It's not over yet. He's got to make the flagpole loop. He waited for Greg Mattingly that last time by, but he's got a bigger lead this time by. Across the start-finish line, it's Richard Ellis winning the flagpole race in car 41. Looks like Greg is going to finish second.
So Richard Ellis gets the win here in the flagpole race in car number 41. He didn't lead the first lap, but he's led the most laps, including the 5th one. There's car number 20. That's Michael Sprouse making his way around the backstretch now over in turns 3 and 4 as we still have cars circling here on the front stretch getting together. There you see the contact, the 88. May have just tagged the inside retaining wall just a little bit. That's John Haley as he continues on. But here comes the 20 car spinning right here at the flagpole. He tries to get it done. That's Michael Sprouse, puts it in reverse. Now he gets back going, and he'll take the checkered flag as we wrap up the flagpole race here at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And Richard Ellis, that driver right there, has done it. He is pulling it down into winner's circle with the bumper hanging off of that race car.
Yeah, I think this was an incredible feat by Mr. Ellis. It's something that he can navigate throughout this race through the flags and everything with his bumper hanging off. That's amazing.
It indeed is. Let's go trackside and talk to Richard Ellis.
Richard's getting ready to climb out. He fought hard in race number 1, couldn't pull it off, got it in race number 2, and here he is, your flagpole winner, Mr. Richard Ellis. Celebrations all around, buddy. You drove your butt off race number 1, couldn't quite pull it off. Race number 2, it finally came your way. Tell us about it.
Yeah, in the first one I had a little mishap, and I think if I would have had a couple more laps, I would have caught him, but hey, so be it. And this one, yeah, I just set my pace. I like to swing a little wide, let everybody do their thing around the flagpole, and once again, I set my pace and just keep on rolling.
That's your strategy, and it worked perfectly, my friend. Anybody you want to thank on this car?
I'd just like to thank my family, thank Mitch's Brake and Muffler. They sponsor me throughout the regular season on the Super Street. Yeah, thank y'all too.
All right, that's Richard Ellis, race winner number 2 on today's Day of Destruction, the flagpole race winner.
So Richard Ellis gets it done here in just the second event of the afternoon, the flagpole race. If you're watching us on Facebook Live or on YouTube, we are signing off, but we are still here. Tune in to Flow Racing for continued coverage of the Virginia Peninsula Community College Day of Destruction. We're back with more after these short messages.